What if I tell you that there is a compact desktop printer that can easily turn your ideas into professional looking prints on almost any surface? Glass, metal, plastic, wood, you name it. This here is the EufyMake E1 UV Printer, an all-in-one UV printing machine that promises precision, speed and versatility, without the steep learning curve or an industrial price tag. Whether you're a hobbyist looking to customize your gear, a small business owner adding branding to your products, or just someone like me who loves printing cool stuff and sees the potential in customizing my modded retro consoles with it, this powerhouse might be exactly what you've been waiting for. And today I will show you everything this machine has to offer. And yes, I tried printing a Doom logo on a banana. We'll get to that. I am Paul, this is my little mod shop, and let's dive right in. Now for a quick disclaimer, EufyMake did send me this E1 UV printer in exchange for making this video, but no money changed hands and the talking points are also my own. However, the team at EufyMake has seen this video beforehand, and if you watch this video right now, both sides were happy with the outcome. Now let's talk about what makes this machine so special, because man, when I saw the first ad about it, I couldn't believe what EufyMake was claiming about the E1. A compact but modular design with a print bed size up to 300 by 400 mm. Full color UV printing means CMYK plus white and gloss ink. It can print textures up to a height of 5 mm, which kind of makes it a 2.5D printer. It has a smart alignment system with a dual laser setup and a built-in camera for real-time object scanning and design placement, a rotary tool that self-levels, intuitive software in form of a desktop and a mobile app that makes it easy to print, and one of the most important things for a UV printer, a self-maintenance system they call CleanJet that automatically self-calibrates and cleans the printhead. This prevents clogging, so the printhead will be usable longer than on other UV printers. Now this is a wide list of features, and that is also the reason why I contacted EufyMake about the printer, because I really wanted to see if this isn't just a pipe dream. And if you've ever been in the market for a UV printer, you know how freaking hard it is to get concrete information about pricing in this industry. They always want you to contact the seller, which basically means you need to hand out a lot of money. So mentally, I was ready to hear an eye-watering price tag north of $5,000 US. But then they told me they will do a Kickstarter, and the starting price of the machine? $16.99. What? This is insane. Okay, then let's take a look at what you get for that cheap of a price. Because let me tell you, the E1 UV printer doesn't cheap out on any part or feature it has. The printer in its base configuration comes in this really nice engineered box. Just pull these lashes left and right and the top comes right off. Here you will be greeted by this info sheet which tells you what's in the box. The rest of it is in the printer itself. Let's take a quick look on the exterior of the printer. The housing is made out of plastic that looks more like aluminium in my opinion. It fits really well with my 3D printer back there. All the doors and lids are made from tinted acrylic, which gives the E1 a really sleek and modern look. There are also just two buttons on the machine. One very big start and stop button on the top, and on the side there is a power button. Now, setup is also quite simple with the printer. Just plug in the power cable, load the ink cartridges, get the filter and the CleanJet cartridges in, press the red button, and the printer is basically ready to go. As there is no display on the printer itself, everything else is done either on the desktop app or on your phone. For the first boot up, you need to connect the printer to either of your devices through the app, where it starts the self-calibration and alignment checks. The setup till now feels very easy, and you basically can't make anything wrong as EufyMake made sure to hold your hand on every step of the process. And this is a good thing, but more on that a little later. Now before we start our first prints with the machine, I want to talk about the UV ink. As I mentioned before, this printer uses 6 different inks in total. Cyan, magenta, yellow, black, white and a gloss ink for the finish. Here I also have some shots of the ink cartridge itself. Those are chipped and the E1 UV printer only supports their own original cartridges. I've also heard that EufyMake is in the process of making additional UV inks for more flexible designs available, but they will come later down the line. There is also a little light on top of each insert for the ink cartridge that will tell you if it's seated correctly. Again, don't worry, the application will also yell at you if there is something missing, so don't be afraid that you can do something wrong here. Speaking of the application, let's hop into the software itself. Here I will show you the desktop app because there is all the functions unlocked and it will show you the true potential of the printer. On the start screen, you'll be greeted by lots of community projects to look through and try out. You can really spend hours finding some awesome designs a lot of community members shared here. If you're not well versed with coming up with your own designs, this is a great starting point to get your first projects going, whether it's for wall art or printing on coffee mugs, for example. Now the Creative Lab is where you can find most of the 3D texture and AI image generation EufyMake is offering. For the sake of demonstration, I will show some designs off of the community. However, some of the real use cases I will show later on I have designed or put together myself in other software. Also, there is a subscription tab here which lets you generate more depth maps for textures and images with the Plus and Pro subscription. Generating textures costs like 2 to 3 credit points, and for hobbyists I don't really see how you will get over your free monthly credit limit, so this is really more towards professional use cases. I also wanted to say that you can import your own depth maps into the software, so you really don't have to go with their offering. But I must say that their generated maps are really good, and if you can save some time doing everything in one piece of software, I'm all here for it. Alright, so now it is time for our first print, and as many of my fellow creators, I'm super curious about the 3D texture feature. EufyMake sent me a lot of goods and materials to test the print quality on, so let's start with that. Here I have an iPhone 16 case. As it is small enough to fit on the default print bed, let's just put it in and take a look from the software side. By clicking on New Design right here, we will open up a new canvas tab. Here we make sure that the right print bed is selected and then we click on the snapshot button. This will measure and take a photo of the print bed from a top-down view. Now we can easily see where to put the design on. Here on the side you have community templates where you can choose out of a lot of different themes and styles. I quickly put one together with some of the tropical designs made by Lara, and when I'm happy with the layout, I once again click on the flamingo and use the relief pattern. This will generate a depth map which I can now dial into my liking. Keep in mind, less is more most of the time, and as you push this slider more to the right, print time will increase a lot. Next I hit the print button and then I can choose some settings like material choice and ink mode, but that depends on what craft mode you've set before and also the quality of the print. Also a note right here, pattern and relief textures will always use the high quality setting by default. Now after hitting print again, you get prompted to press the start button on the printer itself. This is fun the first few times around, but when I really started experimenting with print settings, it got old really quickly, as for the most time I wasn't even in the same room as the printer. I hope there will be an option to deactivate this step in the future. And after a while, the print has finished and this is the result of it. Man, EufyMake didn't lie, the texture effect really shines. At this point I was hooked and I quickly began running around to gather more items I can print designs on. I built this clear Nintendo DS Lite a while ago, and the game I play the most on is Pokemon Soul Silver. My favorite starter Pokemon ever is also Totodile, so I wanted to make a custom design for it to show off my love for Gen 2, which is the best generation by the way. Back in the software I took a snapshot of my DS Lite and aligned the design with it. This time I selected the color white color option and hit go. I was surprised that the printer even handled this super curved and steep angle the Pokeball was printed on so well. Okay, now let's go even bigger. This here is the standard print bed, which has a size of around 300 by 400 millimeters, which these wooden canvases fit perfectly in. I've decided to give my logo a new spin with one of their photos to brushstroke effects. Also no surprise here, this looks absolutely great. If you don't touch it, you really can't tell if this is a real oil painting or not. At least I can't tell. So the E1 printer can handle big and small things very well. But what about round stuff? Here again, EufyMake provided me with some mugs I wanted to print the logo of my mother's dog training business on. Changing out the different print beds is also very easy. There is just this lever here you need to switch and you can simply pull the print bed out. Then the rotary tool goes in. And let me tell you, this is something special. The rotary tool can automatically level itself to be flush with the printhead. This is an insane feature for that price point. And after some fumbling around with the rotary tool, because I'm stupid and didn't watch the videos EufyMake provided me with, I made it work and the print quality is also great. I have also watched my fair share of reviews from other creators now, and some reported they had some issues printing on glass or other very slippery surfaces. Make sure that they are always free from oils and fingerprints, as this can significantly alter the print sticking on the surface. That is also one of the next things I wanted to show off. Here are some square mirror tiles I wanted to print some logos and artworks on. This here, for example, is an artwork called Happiness by Elena or Illustration. She has a lot of great illustrations and artworks that I really like. I will link her channel down below so you can see for yourself. Alright, but now let's talk about the banana in the room, or on the print bed I mean. Because I want to try out to print the Doom logo on this banana. This is an insane idea and purely for the fun of it, so don't do this at home, kids. Alright, so I don't know if this is the best or dumbest idea I've ever had. Banana for scale. Here it is. Okay, I've already set up the Doom logo right here. Then just hit snapshot so we can take a picture of my beautiful banana. Okay, picture has been taken. Here is the banana. How big do we want this logo to be? Like so. Maybe the other way around. What's the orientation of a banana? Is it like this or the other way around? I do feel like it's the other way around. Maybe a little bit smaller, maybe put it right around here. White and CMYK will be fine. Setting up materials. Oh, there is no banana in it. Let's go with wood. Okay, print quality, I don't want to waste a lot of ink on it, so standard will do fine. And there it goes. I almost forgot to hit the button. It finished. Guys, I can't believe it. It's Doom on a freaking banana. Okay, I think this was a success, but also, how dumb is it? Okay, enough with all the shenanigans. So the final question still remains, should you buy the EufyMake E1? As you can see, the UV printer can do a heck of a lot for how compact it is, and in my opinion, it really punches above its weight. It is beginner friendly, the print quality is excellent, and there is no equivalent machine with all these features on the market right now, let alone at this price point. This makes it one of the most exciting tools for makers, crafters and creatives that I've seen in a while. Sure, there are some downsides like the cost of ink and being locked into the ecosystem, but if you're serious about custom work, especially for small batch production, gift shops, craft sales or custom Game Boys, this machine is kind of a no-brainer. So big thanks to EufyMake for sending in the E1 printer, and I hope this video helped you out deciding if this machine is for you. They still have their Kickstarter going, so I leave a link in the description where you can check it out for yourself. And if you have any questions, drop them down in the comments and I will try my best to answer them for you. And also, if you're interested in how I made a fully 3D printed GameCube, this video right here might be for you too.